I'll show you the new UniFi products that were either announced or released in the month of June 2025. My name is Bogdan Chperny. I run Apex One IT. We do networking and security installs as well as IT consulting. Now, there were 2 devices previously announced that are now available for purchase. We'll go over those. There's 4 that were announced and actually released as well, and 3 additional devices that were announced but not quite ready, at least as of now, for purchase. Okay, let's start with what was announced before that you can now actually purchase, and that's the E7 Audience. So this is a wireless access point. It's 12 stream, 5 gigahertz, 6 gigahertz, Wi-Fi 7. It has redundant uplinks here, 10 gig each. Now, quite frankly, I'm not going to be purchasing this anytime soon, but I wonder if anybody is and you're actually deploying it, let us know in the comments. That'll be interesting to see. So 12 stream, 1,500 connected devices, and 5,000 plus square footage in an open space, and outdoor rated as well. Now, if you just need redundant uplinks, you can also, actually their cheapest one, I think, yeah, E7 for $500. It also has 2 PoE 10 gig uplinks back here. So you can use that instead, just letting you know this is an option. And then the G6 PTZ. Okay, this one is pretty sweet. We did already install it, test it. You'll see a video I have out somewhere. So for $400, this is not just an upgrade to a G5 PTZ, even though that was just released, right? But this has all your advanced AI detections, meaning face and LPR. It has truly, they say 10x hybrid zoom. And realistically, that's because it's doing digital zoom on the second on the telephoto lens, right? So you have like a wide angle, something like 110. Don't quote me on that, 110 degrees. And then the telephoto lens, and with that one, it's essentially 5x zoom optically. And then digitally 2 more and you get 10x. So I can tell you that the performance is great, especially for $400. It uses their new larger sensor that they put everywhere now, it seems like. And it's a bit larger than a G5 PTZ. And the killer feature, I think, for this price point is that it has that patrol mode, which is what the G4 PTZ had and the AI PTZ has now. So in some cases, it's also good as kind of a zoomed in camera if you need that. For example, like the AI Pro, I think it's $500, but it has 3x optical. But if 5x optical works for you, then this is a great one to put in as well. Instead for $400, and then you can also roam around, put some patrol mode on it. So that's good. And so that's the white one that was released that you can buy. The black one's coming later. Now the devices or accessories that were announced and actually released at the same time. So for the G6 PTZ, actually starting here, you'll notice that a lot of the accessories that were available for a G5 PTZ were also there for the G6. The only thing I don't see here, so it's not showing it here, probably because maybe it's out of stock, but there is a in-ceiling mount for the G6 PTZ, and you see it's uniquely, it's different, right? You can't actually use the G5 because it's a different size. Yeah, it is sold out. That's probably why it wasn't popping up. But yeah, so all these kind of work. There's different colors. There's only a white one so far for the G6 PTZ in ceiling. I assume when they release the black G6 PTZ, they'll also have a black version of this. And hopefully with this kind of smoked bubble as well that the G5 PTZ has. That's pretty nice because you can't tell where the lens is pointing. And speaking of new cameras, so this guy you can already purchase in the white color. This is a G6 dome. Now it's kind of like a update to the G5 dome, but it's quite a bit different. I mean, the design is totally different. You'll see it has this kind of bubble, more like the AI dome that they have. Again, the new 4K sensor. It has higher night vision, about 100 feet. One thing it does not have that the G5 dome had is two-way audio. So this only has a microphone. Just something to keep in mind. And the G5 came in at $179, I believe. No, let's just check. Yeah, G5 dome, single unit, $179, and the G6 dome, $100 more. But like I'm saying, it's a whole different camera. It does have a completely different design. So you'll see this is kind of it's not just a grommet, but this is where your cable will come in and it has to turn and kind of circle around back inside the camera. So it's all kind of protected in here. Okay, so you might have seen this product before. This has been available, but the new one I've seen now, so this was for 2.5 gig. It's just passive surge protection. And for whatever reason, I don't know the technology of this. To me, it just seems that you're just grounding this. But they say this is for now 10 gig and also higher surge protection. So if someone knows how that works, let me know, but I do not. I just know that this is new, came out in June. So for 10 gig, 20 kiloamp discharge currents. And this can be used indoors, outdoors, but they do have now a new device that can be used indoors. Okay, so if you need to mount this indoors, for whatever reason. There's this is a new part number, new part they have. So also 10 gig, and it's a PoE++, same surge discharge protection. So just a single unit. Looks like you can ground it there. Let's check out the install. Yeah, it has a DIN rail there, so you could, you can ground it either to there or to the unit itself. Kind of versatile, but this is indoor. And this is the single port version, but you'll see here they have the 24 port version. So essentially this, but a nice rack mountable device for 24 port protection. And this gets me now into the devices that were announced, but you'll see this is not quite available. Looks like in about a month, this should be ready for purchase. But just like you expect, so you have ports on the front and then from the back where you connect, for example, outdoor PoE cameras. That's kind of the point here. Looks like it uses that same strain relief bar that the patch panel uses. So you install into your rack. So if you're doing some kind of large deployment with cameras all outdoor, you need them surge protected, maybe very lightning strike prone. I guess this is really what that's designed for. So that's nice to have. Coming out in August. 2 more devices. These are pretty sweet. This is in the camera security. So we have here the G6 180. Okay, this is the first of the 2. Just announced, there's not even a price for it yet, and it says Q3 2025. We're basically in Q3 now. That's right, July, August, and September. So hopefully it comes out on time, but there is a white version and a complete black version as well. Okay, so this uses dual cameras, and it stitches up essentially a 16 megapixel image, so 2 4K images. Yeah, it uses their new sensor again, the 1/1.8 inch. So each lens is that new sensor, right? And then it stitches that together. Definitely an interesting, one of the cleanest designs. I've seen this kind of cameras from other brands, but this one's definitely sleek looking. It looks like that waterproofing barrel for the PoE is kind of integrated into the body, so it looks kind of nice. Also has edge recording. And if you've seen their video, maybe I'll link it somewhere here on the screen. They show you a lot of different accessories that they'll have for this guy. And even just the camera, the way that it is, it does have two-way audio, but probably because of the stitching, it only has 15 frames per second. Okay, so just that's kind of thing that stood out to me. Other than that, all this rating looks pretty good. And again, they're starting to include a lot of mounting options with their camera, so we'll see what this looks like. One more thing I should know, that this one, so it does have that advanced AI, so face and license plate recognition. And finally, last one, the G6 Pro 360. I do want to be notified when this comes out. So again, same thing, announced, no price yet on it. So that will be kind of a big factor, of course. Probably in black. This one looks best since the lens is so large. But yeah, so this is now a 12 megapixel, not just 4K, 12 megapixel. That makes sense because this is 360 now. And I was really waiting for them to update. They do have the existing AI 360 that I think was lacking in resolution, but this would be great now. So it also plugs in inside. It has even larger sensor, right? I mean, that's how they get also 12 megapixel. So 1/1.6 inch, IR 50 feet. There is 2 microphones and a speaker. And see, the actual bubble just sticks out just a bit. And I saw in the same video from Ubiquiti, they have showing kind of a flush or in-ceiling mount where just this little lens bubble sticks out. I think that would look pretty slick, very discreet. It probably makes sense for 360, but it doesn't have face recognition or LPR. Okay, so that's not the camera for this. And a quick comparison to the AI 360, the one that's available now, that it's superseding here. So this one was 30 feet IR, and now this new one looks like it's rated for 50 feet, and also 4 controllable, IR emitter zones. So some way, it points in all different directions and you can control that, so that's kind of cool. But otherwise, it has some real weatherproofing here for this new model. And like I said, the 24 frames per second, 12 megapixel, makes sense. A little lower PoE. Interestingly though, it uses PoE Plus, even though it's only max about 7 watts power consumption. But it does have the micro SD for edge recording. Real nice. Personally, I'm most excited about the G6 180 just because of the kind of unique view it's going to give us in the dashboard when we have multiple cameras that we're looking at. So it'll be interesting to see how that integrates, whether or not it'll be actually kind of functional or things will look too far away. Also depends on how Ubiquiti prices it. I think lately, at least, they've been pricing their cameras very well, very competitive, and makes it definitely easier for installs. But let me know what you guys think, how the pricing is, which of these products you're most excited about. And if you didn't see the G6 PTZ video, I'll have it up for you here. You can watch that full install and review. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. I'll have more content like this coming. Thanks for watching. Take care.